Alright, so I got the top off now. I'm running a Hobbywing Max 8 G2. Just got a sticky tape down on here. Just clean it with electronics cleaner both sides, and then put the zip ties just for good measure. But the sticky tape hasn't failed me yet as long as you clean it ahead of time. Got the QSA plugs on here. I know they're kind of big. Not necessary on all these cars, but they do stay together nice, and it's a little more to grab onto when you're unplugging and stuff. This motor is the 2250 G2 motor, so it's a 4278 long motor. You do have to get this bigger motor mount from Hobao. They sell it, the rear motor support actually. It's 42 millimeter, so the stock one's 40, and so I just bought this one. I think it was like 26 bucks or something when I bought the truck. This heatsink comes with it, with the clamp and everything like that. It's actually really nice. I might pick it up for some of my other cars. You could do a 40 millimeter fan right on there, and I got a rocket fan on here now from Extreme Racing with carbon fiber cover and aluminum mesh. Keep the debris out. This mesh that he makes is really nice, or he sells. I don't know where he gets it, but it works really well. Everything else on the truck is basically stock, except for the steering knuckles. There's not a bunch of aftermarket support on this car. I wish it'd focus here. Yeah. You got the steering knuckles all the way around, so on all four corners. The back has the same stuff. It just locks in place. But I figured I'd get those just so I don't have any issues. I've seen a couple people online doing it. So those are most expensive hop-up really, because it's like 50 bucks a pair. But you got to get it from Hobao. Everything's basically from Hobao. Nobody really makes anything. And then I get the two chassis supports. I bought two of them because there's spots to put in front and back. And I also use those because they already have holes to mount this piece of polycarbonate on the bottom to help protect the center diff case here. The center diff is aluminum already from the factory. They're all CNC hardened steel gears too. I didn't look in there. I put $1 million in the center. I also ordered 2 more aluminum discs from Hobao, put them in the front and back. I got 100 in the front, 50 in the back. The ring and pinions on here are really impressive. They're like Mod 1.5. The teeth on them are huge, and they are CNC'd, like hardened steel. So they're not that crappy metal like a lot of other cars send out. So that is nice. There's a lot of things on here that look really good. It's a little bit of a learning curve to work on these, the different type of chassis. You just got to kind of do things in a certain order. If you do it that way, then it's, you know, you get used to it. It's not too bad. We got the Proline MX 38s on here. These are the belted ones with a 1/2 inch offset. Got my GPM wheel nuts in there. I'm going to try those out, see how these tires hold up. There's a lot of cushion here. The stock tires, I don't see any problems with. They're just big and doesn't, you know, if you like the less handling, I guess that'd be good. But I want the truck, I know it's a monster truck, but I still like to be able to put the power down and not be too crazy. So we're going to run these. Hopefully it keeps it under control. I got a stock spur gear on here with a 16 tooth pinion. The stock pinion's a 15, so we're going to just do a 16 for now. See how my temps are, see how my speeds are, and go from there. Battery trays, I did modify a little bit. I cut a slot right here, and I also turned them around and, you know, clipped them in that way, so they clip from the top. Because I'm running these China Hobby batteries here, and the wires, I kind of modified the end a little bit, but the wires go straight up. So, and I put some tape on there just to protect it. You could do hard packs or larger batteries. You just have to run it in the stock formation where the tray faces out. The only thing I don't like about that is if you're turning any rocks or anything you kick up, if the battery's facing the other way, the battery gets it all. And I don't really like the idea of that, so I flip them around. Along the chassis, it's kind of hard to see, but along the chassis there's slots right down where my finger is. Let's see here, I'll show you on the side. You can see it better. But you got these slots here. This mounts to the chassis. It's part of the battery tray. You can fit this middle strap right here through this slot. So you actually have something supporting the battery in the middle as well to the chassis, as long as also with these things here. So I'm probably gonna try that. I wish the battery trays are a little different because they kind of just sit there on the side of the truck and they just kind of look out of place a little bit. Especially, I wish they were black too. That'd probably help. Other than that, everything else in the car, I do like. And there's no way these tires are belted. The package says belted. There's no way. Look at that front right. I definitely got to tighten the steering wheel down. I got just on the one side. pulling to the right. These belted tires are garbage. They're not belted. Look at the tire, watch.
I can see it.
Let's see. Alright, got the Hobao MTXE out. Got an 18-tooth pinion in here now, which is basically as big as you can go. Same Hobbywing Max 8 system, G2, 2250. Got a good fan on here. We'll see how it all goes temps-wise. I got rid of the Proline Badlands. They're belted. One wasn't belted. You'll see in the earlier footage. So I put the T Concepts Magmas on here now. We're going to go with that and see how those run. On the Hobao, you see me land a couple times where I land flat like that on the face. I was trying to make that jump. Had one good nose, you can see on video, and a couple times I made it. Drove really well other than that with a thicker oil in the center. I think front I got like 100,000 and back's like 50 or something like that. These tires did really well. Shocks on this car though are really disappointing. They felt really good. They felt like it had good travel and everything like that, but these are the better shock shafts too that Hobao makes, and you can see this one's bent. One of the ones in the back for sure are bent, and also the pistons are definitely broke because it's just springy now. And then the only shock that made it is this guy over here. So from what we looked at, we got some rear sled shocks inside, and they're about the same length. So I'm gonna figure out how to put rear sled shocks on here, and because I know those are a lot stronger. And we'll go from there, and we'll check back in with those. All right, guys, talk to you later.